This video will be about how wealth, although it is welcomed, will not give you happiness, will not secure happiness, and wealth, of course, should not give you, that sense of fulfillment, satisfaction. Now, I have to stipulate this. There's nothing wrong with having wealth, with having money, that financial security. No problem whatsoever. But, after living for a while, I have to say that chasing paper all the time, it was a waste of time. Here's what happens. Of course, I have to mention this. If you are soulless and mindless and a superficial person, then yes, maybe by some miracle, money in of itself and nothing else will give you some sort of happiness. That is possible. But if you have a consciousness and a conscience, being fulfilled by money alone, by riches, it is impossible, right? Because you know better. Because you have a soul, you have a mind, you have a conscience, you have a consciousness, right? So here's my take on it. When I was younger, in my early 20s, in my 20s, basically, obviously I was, dirt poor, right? But then, in my late 20s, early 30s, of course, I finally had a good chunk of change, right? A good chunk of change. Savings and whatnot. So here I was with this pile of cash, and unfortunately, something happened. A realization kicked in, and I realized I didn't want anything at all. I didn't feel anything at all. Now, of course, with this wealth, I could have traveled pretty much anywhere. I could have bought a lot of things, a lot of pleasures. I could have stayed at 5-star hotels, whatever. Pretty much anything that anyone can want. I could have hit, a red light district, for a couple of months, no cap. But I didn't want anything, and that was, at first, it was a shock, right? Because of course, the story goes, you get money, and you buy things, and therefore automatically you should be happy. In my case, it wasn't so. So I didn't spend it on anything because I didn't want anything. Right? And let me tell you, it is a peculiar state to be in when you have the means to purchase whatever and you don't want it. Like, it's a bizarre state when you don't want anything and you have the possibility to attain those things, right? But you grow into it, right? The shock, the perplexity, they go away, right? Financial security, wealth, riches, they're welcomed and you are blessed to have them, but they will not give you what you need. They will not fill the heart. They will not fill the emptiness inside of you. Okay? If you have a consciousness. If you don't have a consciousness, and if you are a normie, mindless robot, like so many out here, then maybe just money is enough for you to be fulfilled. Right? But if you are a genuine human being, money will not give you what you really desire, which is a state of fulfillment, happiness, satisfaction, whatever you want to call it, right? Because I was this person, right, when I was younger, and I still am, to a certain degree, if I see something and I want it, I want it then, right in that moment. I will not wait, a week or a couple of days, I want it then. But here's what happens, and maybe you are like me in this case. This also happens to me, or it used to happen to me when I used to buy, everything, whatever, tickled my fancy. Uh, Tell me if this has happened to you. You want something, and then you finally buy it. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. You get it, and oh boy, you're so overwhelmed with emotion. You're just on cloud nine. You're fucking so giddy, right? And then maybe a couple of hours later, maybe a couple of days later, but it usually happens in a couple of hours. I mean, the feeling goes away, doesn't it? The high, the thrill, whatever you want to call it, it just goes away. And you're disappointed and you're like, shocked. Why is this happening? It is because, material things, wealth, they can't fulfill you. They can't. I don't care how much you spend on something. It is momentary, temporary at best. That high, that thrill, that happiness. And this should snap you out of the trance that no matter what you buy, no matter what you chase in terms of wealth, materialism, you'll keep on chasing. And this is the trap of this reality. Because you understand that no matter what you buy, it will not last for too long. So therefore, you're going to have to chase something else. You're going to get it, and then you're going to chase something else, and so on and so forth. This is why some people are workaholics, because they strive for a goal, they attain it, a quota, they attain it, and then they go higher and higher and higher until their job becomes their everything, because that is how they attain that, chemical thrill, that high, right? Endorphins and what have you, all those chemicals and hormones, happy chemicals, right? So this is what happens, right? You keep on chasing, you keep on getting some of the things that you desperately want. You think that you want these things. You think that they will make you happy, but it will last sometimes even minutes, bro. This happened to me. Sometimes I got something, expensive things, and in a couple of minutes I was like, oh well, fuck. Now the feeling is gone, and we are being turned into addicts who are chasing the high, whatever that high may be, and it's vast, it's diversified, it can be anything. People who play video games, they're addicts. They're chasing that morsel of happiness. Everybody's chasing something because, otherwise, what is there? There's nothing. And for the most part, I enjoy the nothingness, the emptiness, right? This state is called anhedonia, which is the inability to receive, happiness or excitement from anything, any kind of feeling. This is anhedonia. You don't feel anything about anything. I'm almost there. I still have a couple of things that give me joy. But it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm actually at peace. Somewhat, because I don't have to chase. I don't have to chase all the time. Like other people who, keep on running day after day, 24/7, chasing women, chasing cars, chasing clothes, chasing jewelry, chasing status, chasing this. Well, I got a car. Next year, I'm going to get a bigger car. I have a house. I'm going to get a bigger house, and so on. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter, It will not last. The high will not remain for too long. It is temporary. And that is why people, keep running on this wheel that goes around and around and around, because they are afraid of being hollow, of being nothing, of being empty. And having been in this state for a number of years, I have to tell you that it isn't so bad. It isn't so bad. Take it easy, right? So wealth, even though it is welcomed, of course, will not make you happy at all. If you have a soul, and if you have a mind, and if you operate on common sense. Ergo, if you are a human being. basically. At best, riches, wealth, they can make your life comfortable, at best, money can make you feel at peace. With money, you can buy, quiet, peace, serenity. It is possible. But happiness, I'm not sure about that, right? In my experience, in my life, that has not happened. And I had plenty of chances to buy happiness in one shape and in one form or another, and it did not deliver. It did not deliver. Okay? And a lot of people, especially young people, because they don't have any experience in life, they look around and they see older people, wasting their lives on materialism. Then they assume that is the way to be, and they waste their precious youth on, chasing all of the goodies that, allegedly should deliver some sort of happiness. The problem is that nobody tells them that it is temporary at best. And this video is for young people, and I'm here to tell you that whatever happiness you attain from, buying stuff, riches, wealth, status, it'll be temporary at best. Sometimes it will last minutes, like a drug. Okay? So maybe you shouldn't chase so hard. Maybe you should take it easy, right? But that's about it. Hopefully this video will help you to, live a better life, because it is so short, right? And money is not worth it in the long run. If you enjoyed this video and if you want to support your boy, I got a few books on Amazon. A novel which the main focus is, this guy realizes that, of course, there is no happiness to be attained, and he goes crazy. So if you want to support your boy and read this book, the link will be down below. Thanks for watching, and see ya.